Oh, it feels so good to be back with the solutionaries. Oh man, I'm expecting absolutely nobody to be in this stream. Absolutely nobody at all. And I'm gonna talk like it's 10 million of y'all in here. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna talk like it's 10 million of y'all in here because I've been away for a minute. It's been back to back bullshit. I'm gonna bring y'all up to speed on a lot of shit. Y'all know the routine, or maybe y'all don't know the routine no more because it's been so long. It's been so long. Maj Toure, the Maj Toure show. We chopping it up with y'all. We a couple of minutes early. Why? Because if you early, you on time, and if you on time, you late, and if you late, you dead. That's what it is. But y'all know the routine. When you come in, regardless of where you watching from, comment. Let me know where you watching from. Were you watching from X? Are you watching from YouTube? Are you watching from Facebook? I want to hear from you. Let me know what city you from. What platform you watching from. We're going to talk about this Diddy shit, and we're going to talk about this Trump shit. Nightbird says, Kelly still. Free R. Kelly. Whoa. Whoa. This ain't that type of party. Nightbird, what's going on? What the hell is going on? Again, guys, welcome to the Maj 2 Ray Show. I'm going to chop it up with y'all. I'm all over the place. I have been a roof missing in the Solutionary Center. I have had just the whole world has been upended. Nightbird says Chicago on Twitter. Guys, listen, I want everybody to subscribe. I want everybody to repost, share it all over the place. If you're watching on X, let me know. But comment, let me know what's going on. Anyway, guys, Will May says, when your next live chat, can we partner via crypto? It depends on what you're talking about. Depends on what you're talking about, brother. Y'all ain't even tell me where y'all from. Y'all jumping in the chat. Y'all saying crypto deals and all this other shit. I appreciate the energy, but where you from, Will May? Chop it up. Tell me where you from. Let me know what you doing, what you into. You going right to the ventures, and if you getting straight to that, you ain't telling me what type of money you trying to give me first. What's happening, brother? What's happening? What's going on? Today, y'all, we're gonna have a conversation about this. Now, I was torn today because I haven't been on for the show in a while. You know, we got a whole bunch of work done. We got 700 and I think want to say 78 more donors at the $100 level. I'm gonna ask everybody to support the work. If you're unfamiliar with the work that we do with Black Guns Matter, with the Solutionary Center, our fundraising efforts to get the building, keeping these classes free to all. If you unaware of that, let me know. Comment in the comment section. I'll respond to you. We don't do the Hollywood shit over here. We don't. Wyoming isn't real, says he listening on his way home from on X from Casper, Wyoming. Appreciate that. But it's been a certain amount of time, and I want to make sure that I'm chopping it up with y'all and bringing y'all back up to speed. Maj, where the fuck you been? Where I've been is working. Where I've been is prepping. And I was conflicted. Today because in being away for such a long time, I wanted to have a conversation. Bobby, what up? Bobby's a member of the Solutionary Nine. Bring everybody up to speed. Bobby had been down with BGM, the Solutionary Center, all of that for the longest time. Okay, first met Bobby. He came to our smoke session over at Smoke Maniac in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Bobby was instrumental in helping out with our last class that I did in Maryland. You know, we got solutionaries from everybody. We're going to tell everybody to be a member of the Solutionary Nine. We're going to tell everybody to support the work. If you want to do a super chat, please. If you're doing a super chat, please, please, please do me a huge favor. Name a small business. If it's your business, you know somebody doing some community work, their website, their social media handle. Let's take these super chat times so I can put you up on the screen and we can get them some shouts too. But anyway, I was a little nervous and conflicted because since I had been away for so long and I'm streaming from an undisclosed location, I wanted to talk about something today with y'all that it has been like a serious thing. So I started thinking, I'm like, what's been the biggest thing that's been happening since I've been off of, doing the weekday, streams? And it's undoubtedly the Diddy case. and it's Donald Trump shit. And it's the Donald Trump shit because I want to tell y'all why I put these together. Because some people might think I'm saying it because they was homies and then they wasn't homies and this, that, and the third. And Trump said he might think about giving them a pardon if it's a RICO and all of that. But we're going to get into the Diddy case because I got it up on the screen now. We're going to go into that. But it's really stepping back and looking at this. The Diddy trial since I want to say May, I think April or May, him being arrested, and the Donald Trump conversation around Israel and Iran has been the biggest fucking stories ever. And last week, I had to be very, very critical of Trump because to me, on the outside looking in, I'm not in the war room. Okay? Super Weapon says, Maj been hella free range off the live stream since making it out the RV. So look, let me tell y'all, real quick backdrop on that, y'all. I was trapped in the RV trying to fundraise to get it done. Had some deaths and still haven't taken time to really deal with that. But a couple of weeks ago, we had absolute fucking the whole entire second floor of the Solutionary Center. Y'all don't know this. A few people in the Solutionary non-Telegram group know it. But we, in essence, had to redo the whole second floor of the Solutionary Center. Flooding happened. I got some photos. I've made some content on it. I just haven't put it out because I wanted to get through a lot of what was happening before I brought it to y'all. Okay, I'm telling you, we talking about death. We talking about, y'all know a few months ago, my child's mother died. Everything is happening. We got debt. We got this. And I'm good debt, bad debt, whatever. It doesn't matter. We're going to keep our heads high and we're going to keep pushing and work through the middle. We in the middle, okay? Bookworm, what's up, Bookworm? Thank you, Super Weapons. Appreciate you. So I'm saying this all to say, we rumbling. And Bobby was one that, gave some energy when I posted into the Solutionary Non-Telegram group. Again, guys, every donor, today we're going to try to get 29 of y'all. Let's 121 people in here. I'm going to ask for 29 people. That's what we need to hit our next benchmark. 29 people to donate $100 and get access to the Solutionary Non. I'm going to keep saying this throughout the stream, but I want to give y'all some backdrop and then move on into, the actual stories. But anyway, we got shit going on. And Bobby, I posted, hey guys, we got, the roofing work and the sheetrock and the everything. We talking about mold from the water. We talking about the roof. Just everything was fucked up on that second floor. And I didn't say anything. A lot of times when things happen to me, I just don't say nothing, right? When I'm going through hardships, I just don't say nothing. And Bobby reached out when I posted that and said, hey man, I appreciate this lead from the front shit. Bobby, if I'm lying, call me out. He said, we appreciate this lead from the front shit, but we your team, like you said, and so today that kind of touched me, pause, right? And I'm just going to be more open. I'm going to try my best, y'all. A lot of times I got shit going on. I just don't say nothing because I try my best to not project my shit onto y'all. And even though it does feel good to kind of communicate sometimes, it feels good, but nonetheless, we had the roof fall in on us, literally. We've had death. We've had this. We've had that. We've had transitions with the RV. We've had transitions with living. We've had so many great things. And I say great things because this is how we get great. I'm not going to deviate from the concept of the Solutionary Non. The whole time I got a gallon of water, that I'm getting. I'm still getting the workouts. We still on the Solutionary Non. However, I want to live this experience and share it with y'all after the fact sometimes because of the fact that it's very impactful. Some of y'all are going to be going through this same shit. When you in the middle of hell, you got to keep going. When you on a plane at a certain point, you got to keep going even through the storm because you don't have enough gas to go backwards. And so I'm going to try my best to make sure I'm communicating with y'all effectively. But what solves it all is always work. Thank you, Nathan. I appreciate that. Bobby again says, all facts and we still working. What solves it all is, in my lived experience, is the work. I'll try to make sure that a little bit early I say, hey, this is what I'm going through and maybe create some content on it. But the reality is I'm so used to having these lived experiences and these turmoils and then later on talking about it from a I made it through perspective that sometimes I don't talk about it in the middle of it. And so I just wanted to bring y'all up to speed. And all of this was going on. And we're not all the way through the woods, but the vast majority of a lot of this is done. So we back to these streams and communicating with y'all effectively. Again, guys, if Bookworm is in the room, givesingo.com/solutionary bookworm. Toss it up in the screen and chat so I can pin it. Guys, we trying to get, it's 197 of y'all. It's good to see y'all, man. I was feeling trying to work through it, but it's good to see y'all and engage, right? If it was 2 of y'all or 200 of y'all, I'm appreciative of it, right? I'm going to ask everybody, givesingo.com/solutionary. Please support the work. We are now $2,900 away from our next benchmark, and it'll be a really, really good benchmark. So anyway, guys, that's the backdrop. If you're just tapping in, when I save this stream, go back and do that because we're going to get into the stories. I don't want y'all to hear me whining to y'all about what's happening, Maj, your feelings. I don't want to lose y'all. I want to talk about the story, but I wanted to give y'all some backdrop. But again, guys, that link that is there, givesingo.com/solutionary. It's 213 of y'all in here now. I want y'all to tell me where y'all from. Put it in the chat. Put it in the comments. I want to engage y'all. We don't do the Hollywood shit, okay? If it's 215, 217, 218 of y'all now, I want to know where y'all from. I want to engage. If I ain't following you back on X or whatever platform, I want you to say it in the comment section. I want everybody to hit the like button. Let's boost this algorithm, okay? But on top of that, we're going to ask 29 people to be $100 donors and get lifetime memberships to the Solutionary 9. Because Jason's over in Nashville. Oh, Jason, we've been engaging on X the whole time, right? Appreciate you, bro. Okay, Shelly 208 from Idaho. Everybody smash that like button. California, LRGA Curves, watching on YouTube. Appreciate you. Okay, what part of Cali? So I'm going to ask 29 people to be $100 donors. The reason why I'm doing it is because we're trying to, boom, Nathan with the super chat, $20 says someone matched the donation. Now, here's another rule. We try to get 10 people to give $20 for the super chats on the lives. We can all do math. That's $200. $200 5 times a week. That's $1,000 a week going towards the work. That's something, that's bills for the center. That's fundraising. That's all of those different things. So appreciate you for that, Nathan. Also, anybody that gives, please, if you got a small business, if you know somebody with small business, give your comment. We appreciate it. But also throw their website in there. Hook them up too, okay? LRGA Curve says from Oakland, California. Appreciate you. We're going to ask 29 people to hit the link. givesingo.com/solutionary. I'm going to leave it up there for a little while as we move into the story. I want everybody to tap in. We need 29 people at the $100 level. You will get access to the Solutionary University. We backed up. We trying to handle everything. We trying to get, I'm texting the owner of the building now. We trying to get everything tight. We in a dire situation. So we need everybody's help. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. We need everybody's help. But anyway, I won't complain too much on that. All right. I won't complain too much on that. Regardless though, guys, listen. On the comeback to the show, I wanted to figure out a way that we could talk about some things that I could give my perspective, as well as it will be something that's engaging, okay? And I have very, very serious perspectives on this Diddy trial. And as someone that was falsely accused, my natural now inclination is to kind of go, and I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all did go that when y'all started to hear these things. Y'all started to hear the story, and y'all started to go, holy shit, this sounds weird, right? Then in the overcorrection of the Me Too movement, you start to see, wait a minute, some of this sound like bullshit. Diddy was facing damn near the rest of his life. And I want y'all to understand that Diddy's cases, I want to read this to y'all. I want y'all to understand that yesterday, these were the cases that were dropped. The prosecution dropped these cases, these charges on Diddy's case yesterday. Let me find it real quick. Here it is. His attempted kidnapping, attempted arson, and abetting sex trafficking charges have been dropped by the prosecutors. That was yesterday. Y'all. And when this story dropped, I said to myself, they hit him with a RICO charge. And for those of y'all that aren't aware, RICO is Racketeer and Influence Corrupt Organizations. That was created by Rudy Giuliani like in the 70s or it might be the late 70s or early 80s. It was about Rudy Giuliani to go after the mafia. That's what the RICO was for. And since then they've tried to utilize it in different ways. Obviously, they've done it for the mafia as well. But they hit DJ Drama with RICO charges. Y'all remember a few years back, the Motion Picture Association of America, the Recording Industry Association of America, they raided DJ Drama's Atlanta headquarters and said he had a RICO trial because of the fact that they said, oh, he was selling DVDs and mixtapes. Okay. Obviously, he didn't, go to RICO, but they used this thing as a catch-all. And as soon as I heard that, I was like, that's bullshit. A RICO trial for being a freak? And my next thought was, if there's anybody underage in that situation, that's going to come out and get him for that. Come to find out, nobody's been underage. In the last couple of months of this Diddy trial, and the conversation tonight, guys, is not just about Diddy. It's about Diddy and it's about Trump. I want to start with the lighter thing. I want to start with the entertainment situation. And it ties into the concept that I don't know which one of these guys is about to pull off some magic, some bigger magic. But because before we get into the Trump thing, I'll tell you guys, the Trump had me going, he's going to send us to war. And we got to sound them alarms quick. And it damn near seemed like within a few days, Trump went from he's absolutely a neocon marching us into war with certain caveats of my own to, holy shit, is Iran just a so-called paper tiger? Maybe we aren't. Maybe his aggressive action got us out of World War III. Got us out of, like the Obama administration, paying Iran to settle nuclear issues, because that happened. So I'm in the standstill, and me coming back and not talking to y'all for a little while. What's the most controversial shit? And it's like it's either Diddy or it's Donald Trump. And I can't tell which one of these motherfuckers, not saying how many other lives are going to be impacted, because obviously if you're talking about the president going to war, there's going to be a lot of lives involved. But we're talking about the public perception of a motherfucker going from the brink of doom to damn near pulling back. And I just told y'all, as of yesterday, the prosecution dropped his kidnapping, arson, abating sex trafficking charges, all dropped. The final, what do they call it? The closing arguments happened today. And I'm looking at this situation like Diddy might actually come the fuck home and be wearing a Being the Bitches Un-American t-shirt for the 4th of July. Sidebar, if you don't got the Being the Bitches Un-American shirt, if you don't have that, get it now. They on sale for $20. We're doing a big, huge collage. Everybody that got the photo, we're going to do a big collage for July the 4th, and we're going to showcase that. So we want everybody to get that, okay? We want everybody to get that. It's $20. Nathan, Shelly just matched Nathan with a $20 super chat. Appreciate you. Everybody, again, I'm going to be talking this fundraising shit. I'm trying to buy our building. I want to raise $10,000 this weekend if we can. Everybody, if you can support, donate towards our work at givesingo.com/solutionary. And when you do that, you are in essence going to have access to a lifetime Solutionary 9 membership. Okay? Asking everybody to do that. Everybody to do that. I'm going to star this one. That link is below. But anyway, my question to myself was coming back to the show. I don't know which one of these motherfuckers just pulled off something amazing. And again, with the Diddy thing, I legit was like, I don't know about a RICO case. But if it's some young people, some underage people in there, then hit him for that. Man, I ain't had no one underage person show up in this conversation yet. It's starting to look like this whole entire trial has been Diddy's a freak. Diddy was literally in freak offs with people that were adults that were along for the ride with the freak off. Tell me in the chat if I'm tripping. Bobby says he got 1,000 lesser charges. 1,000 lesser charges. I would contend if they dropped the vast majority of those because they knew they didn't have nothing, And if he beat a significant portion of those, he come back on the other ones on appeal from outside. That's what I think. But I'm in a conundrum with this Diddy case. I'm in a conundrum because I don't think Diddy's like a good dude. Okay? But, like Bobby just said, being a freak ain't illegal. But I don't think Diddy's a good dude. I think he 1,000% fucked with Kid Cudi. I think he 1,000% whatever. I haven't been the best dude. I don't want nobody to take me to try to get me, you know what I mean, for me not being the best dude. But if I haven't seen any underage people, if I haven't seen anybody saying he forced me, the most heinous thing that I've seen so far is ironically the thing that the feds ain't charging with. The most heinous thing that I see is how we put hands on Cassie, hands and feet. He was doing the in-town stomp on Cassie, and they ain't even charged him with that. Ironically, they got tape coming out in the case of Cassie talking about, yo, I can't wait to freak off. Yo, I can't wait to see you again, while she was with her current husband. He might have not been married at the time. So now we seeing even the person that after the beating up, she like, yeah, I'm down, I'm with it. So I'm in a conundrum. This same conundrum is the view that I have with Donald Trump. I know he's done some very anti-gun shit. Bump stock ban. Take guns first, due process later. It's not constitutional. Was he 1,000% a better pick for us on certain levels than, what's his name? What's her name? Biden and Kamala Harris? Absolutely. 1,000%. So it was better. And me as a libertarian that was there in D.C. last March, 2024, when he was campaigning, asking the libertarians to give him the support, I'm not going to get behind Kamala Harris's crazy ass, the top cop. No. But then he started moving this way. I'm not hearing overspending is at more than Biden levels. You talking this damn near walk us into a war thing at the time, and I'm in a conundrum because I like Trump. And listen, anybody that's gonna pretend like they didn't fucking like Trump, all of the hip hop artists got, yo, but guess who's the black Trump? That was fucking Raekwon. Like, we gonna stop. We ain't gonna pretend. We ain't gonna pretend like y'all, you know what I'm saying? We not gonna do that. And I'm just not gonna be dishonest about it and lie like that's not what it is. All right? Again, guys, we need 29 folks. I know 29 of y'all spent $100 at watching that bullshit Game 7 with the Pacers and OKC. 29 folks, hit the link, be a member of Solutionary 9, pay it forward. We need $2,900 from this stream. Okay, hit the link right there, givesingo.com/solutionary. Anyway, Donald Trump damn near take us on the brink of fucking World War III. We getting our shit together for prepping. We like, man, this motherfucker done bombed Iran unnecessarily for Israel, this, that, and the third. And it damn near seemed within 2 days. He gets in front of the camera. He like, these two countries been fighting forever. They don't know what the fuck they doing. I never heard a president talk like that. But I'm still not on the dick riding team. So when he gets something right, I say, that shit was right. When he gets something wrong, we say, absolutely not. That shit was wrong. And we got to be loud and vocal about that. But we got to acknowledge these motherfuckers is teeter-tottering on the edge of something. And we got to ask ourselves, who got it? Who wore it better? I want to hear from y'all. I want to hear from y'all in the comment section. Who y'all think wore it better? In the meantime, while y'all comment, let's read this. Closing arguments began Thursday in Sean Diddy Combs' federal trial as both teams make a final push to persuade a jury whose verdict could send the hugely influential music producer to prison for years or decades or set him free. Prosecutors attempted to summarize a case that they have unwound during more than 6 weeks of testimony, alleging that Combs used his massive wealth and power, along with threats, violence, blackmail, and a close circle of conspirators, to repeatedly sexually abuse two former girlfriends. Those women, singer Cassandra Cassie Ventura, and a single mother who used the alias Jane in court to protect her privacy. Let me stop right there for a second. I don't believe in that protecting your privacy when you're taking somebody to court shit. I personally don't believe in that. I think that's bullshit. But anyway, They've testified that their years-long relationships with Combs devolved into an endless series of drug-fueled freak-off parties where Combs allegedly forced or coerced them to have sex with other men while he watched. After the prosecution's closing remarks on Friday, Combs' lawyers plan to argue that Ventura and Jane both consented to the parties, a theory the defense has raised in an aggressive cross-examinations of witnesses, often focused on text messages and other statements in which the women expressed enthusiasm for the freak-offs. I want y'all to understand that last sentence. This man, when the charges first dropped, my thought was, he gone. And I was like, and to the RICO. But then I went, if it's young people, let's hang them. Then as more information came out, they saying this right here, in which the women expressed enthusiasm for the freak-offs. After hearing the lawyers' dueling speeches, the jury will start deliberating on a verdict for 5 criminal charges: racketeering conspiracy, 2 counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud or coercion, and 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Listen, before I continue, I think that's bullshit. If I'm a jet setter and we say, yo, we're going to go to Miami, we're going to go to LA, we're going to go to Vegas and have a freak off, and you agree to that, how are you trying to hit me with the RICO and saying I'm transporting to engage in prostitution? Stop. That's cap. And to me, that's weak. Now, let me tell y'all where all of this would have got thrown out the window for me, and I wouldn't have been objective at all. I just needed one motherfucking person underage to show up in this case. I just needed one. I don't care if it was, I don't care. I just needed one to show up. The way that the media was talking about baby oil and this and that and freak off, I just needed one person to be underage, and there was not. There was not. Not one. Continuing, Combs has pled not guilty to all the charges, the most serious of which carry a maximum life sentence. Solutionaries, I want to say this to y'all real quick. And I'm gonna jump to the Trump thing real quick, but I want to be very clear with y'all. I threw Diddy and Trump under the fucking bus. Okay? I want to be very clear. I threw him under the bus. All right, Bobby, I see you. Bobby said he's going. See that? Look at that. Look at this, Bobby the solutionary. Gotta go. Family's at the dinner table. And I be cussing. All right, peace. AXXA says he walking. Let me scroll down a little bit. Banks says, with everything that was put in the indictment that wasn't necessary to the charges, seems like someone wanted to embarrass him. I'm telling y'all straight up, I threw Donald Trump in this last Iran bullshit and Diddy at the acknowledgement of these charges. I threw them motherfuckers under the bus. I said, they done. Fuck them. And damn near, not so much overnight for Diddy. It's been a slow drip with Diddy. Slow drip. Pause, because that sounded a little weird. It's been a slow drip with Diddy. But I'm with Trump, damn near, with this Israel-Iran shit, I'm going to tell y'all, I said, we ain't got to get involved, Trump. We ain't got to get involved. He got involved anyway. He said, Israel, our ally. I said, come on, bro. They bombed them. Then it went to, well, they gave us advanced knowledge. And I was like, wait, what? So you didn't try to talk them out of bombing Iran? So then immediately I started to go, yo, well, maybe they are. This phrase is called the paper tiger, where they like, you row and you all of that, but you wolf ticketed, right? So I said, maybe. But then, all right, cool. They just Israel-friendly ally, just letting them know. Then it was like, yo, not only did they let us know, but we gave it the green light. So it was your fucking bombing. Oh, also it was our artillery. It was this, that, and so I was just like, all right, bro, the one thing that was No new wars. Your first term, that's why I got behind it. Because it's better than Kamala Harris. Our libertarian for president, which is just absolute, like, what the fuck? Okay? And then it's like, come on. So, all right, cool. He came to the Libertarian Convention, da-da-da-da. But this ain't what we voted for. So I threw him, for those reasons, off the fucking bus. My bus. Ain't got to be everybody else's bus. It's my bus. You can do what you want with Trump on your bus. And damn near overnight, it was like they the paper tiger. He let Iran hit him back. Oh, they tapped our little bases, and they gave us a warning. I get it. You don't want to look soft to the international community. I want y'all to be very clear. Street shit and geopolitics is exactly the same shit, with just more potential death, bigger weapons, you feel me? And all of those different things. My point in saying this, guys, is I tossed them all under the bus, and both of these guys damn near look like they resurrected at this point. Let's read a little bit of this Trump situation. U.S. strike fails. Let me pull this up. U.S. airstrikes did not destroy Iran's nuclear capability and only set it back by a few months. Now, I want to be very clear. This is the point that I said that airstrike didn't need to happen. If you're looking at it from the perspective of it didn't destroy their nuclear whatever, and I don't know about if nuclear capable machinery or resources are blown up, does it send a big radioactive signature? Can we see that from satellites, from space? These are other different questions, because the story was they got ahead of it. Somebody leaked it to them. They got the uranium out of there, and they only damaged a little bit, which actually works out to our favor because America looks like they supporting their greatest ally, Israel. They blow up some Iranian shit, right? It don't really impact them too much. Iran could, we get a ceasefire. We neglect to have World War III. Okay, so this article right here was in essence me saying, well, what the fuck was the point? Until I stepped back and looked at it, right? U.S. airstrikes did not destroy Iran's nuclear capability and only set it back by a few months, according to a preliminary U.S. intelligence assessment, as a shaky ceasefire brokered by U.S. President Donald Trump took hold between Iran and Israel. Earlier on Tuesday, both Iran and Israel signaled that the war between the two nations had ended, at least for now, after Trump publicly scolded them for violating a ceasefire. He announced at 500 GMT. Okay? Well, ain't shit. As the two countries lifted civilian restrictions after 12 days of war, which the U.S. joined with an attack on Iran's uranium enrichment facilities, each sought to claim victory. Trump said over the weekend that the U.S. deployment of 30,000-pound bombs had obliterated Iran's nuclear program, but that claim appeared to be contradicted by an initial assessment by one of his administration's intelligence agencies, according to three people familiar with the matter. Of the sources, said Iran's enriched uranium stocks had not been eliminated, and the country's nuclear program, much of which is buried deep underground, may have been set back only a month or two. Iran says its nuclear research is for civilian energy production. The White House said the intelligence assessment was flat out wrong. According to the report, which was produced by the Defense Intelligence Agency, the strike sealed off the entrances to two of the facilities but did not collapse underground buildings, said one of the people familiar with its findings. Now, I want to be very clear. I want to go back because we're going to tie this all up before we wrap up. Guys, again, GiveSendGo.com/solutionary. Please support the work. Support the work, guys. There's been a few people that have given super chats. That's great. I'm with you, and I appreciate it. However, we fundraising heavy as hell. GiveSendGo.com/solutionary. We need $2,900 more to hit our next goal, our next benchmark. Hit the link. It's right there. If you're watching this on X, it is my pinned post. If you're watching this on Facebook, shoot me a message after this, and I'll message you directly and send you the link directly. We need $2,900 raised to hit our next benchmark. That is our goal, guys. Anyway, this question of why I threw Trump and Diddy off of my boat, off of my bus, was because I thought that these things were, before new context, I thought these things were absolutely like, come on, bro, what the fuck are you doing? To both of them. As far as the Donald Trump situation now, my thought process is, I see the play. Israel starts it with Iran. You had prior knowledge to it, which means you greenlit it. Iran knows that you greenlit it. You let it happen a little bit. You step in. You say Iran hits them back. If Iran does nothing, little brother Israel got their shit off. Cool, no problem. Iran hits back. You smack Iran a little bit. You don't destroy too much. You're definitely not getting the payout from us to the tune of billions of dollars like the Obama administration did. Okay? Now this is after the fact. My view. We hit your facilities. We don't do too much damage. There was no civilian casualties. Okay? No civilian casualties. Iran gets to hit America back a little bit. Trump gets, and then they do it at Qatar's bases, American bases in Qatar. They let Qatar know ahead of time, meaning Iran. Then they say, Trump says, it wasn't that deep, but we understand you got to retaliate, da-da-da-da-da. Hey, y'all, let's sit down, let's talk it over. This is a show of force. I do not think that their nuclear armaments have been destroyed or their capabilities have been destroyed. I also understand why people go, what the fuck was the point? But if you're looking at it for let two people kind of beef a little bit, when they beef and then I say it's a ceasefire after I help my little brother, and if they still fighting, I raise my voice a little bit, then they come back to the negotiation table. We're not having this escalation anymore by these small little strikes. But in the beginning, I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. In the beginning, my thought process was, why the fuck are you even engaging this? Tell me if I'm wrong in the chat, y'all. Let me know what's going on. But that was my thought on it. But because in the beginning, I was like, what does this have to do? But let's look at it from the other perspective. We share intelligence with Israel. Iran can get busy over there. I don't think they got as much nuclear capabilities as us or they even say. I just don't. But I'm not boots on the ground. So they do this whole thing. They rumble. It settles all over again. Maybe we do get some peace for a little while. Maybe for 2 or 3 years. I just threw Trump under the fucking bus. It is important for us as solutionaries, as people that respect the Constitution. We don't just respond to what a media narrative says about a president or any political, political candidate or politician. We go based off what they do and what they say. So this was also happening at the same time where Trump was calling for a primarying of Thomas Massie. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? The one principal dude one of the few principal dudes in DC, you want to primary him but support Lindsey Graham? What the fuck? So all of this was happening at the same time. I'm like, oh, he's got an office, he's doing some dumb shit. And I'm not a fan of the people that's like, oh, it's 5D chess. Trust the process. Miss me with that. As solutionaries, we don't trust politicians. We support the ones when they're doing constitutional shit, and we don't support the ones when they're not doing constitutional shit. This ain't difficult. And we say something early. And I heard a whole swath of people talking about, oh, you just hate Trump, you anti-Trump, you're not really MAGA. MAGA does not align with just one president. It doesn't. MAGA belongs to the American people. Okay? Quan Willis says, I threw him under the bus myself. I learned to let the dust settle. I'm going to agree with you. But I'm going to give you some pushback there, Quan. I'm going to give you some pushback. We aren't supposed to always let the dust settle when we're talking about war. We're supposed to get loud, and I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. I really think that they did it that way because of so many people saying absolutely not to war. You can't act like the concept of saying something and speaking loud when it gets to wartime, and we can't cheat our own voice. You understand what I'm saying? We can't cheat our own voice. We're supposed to be vocal when when somebody's about to crash into a car and you the passenger, you're supposed to say something early. Yo, watch out for that car. You ain't supposed to wait till they get right up on the fucking wreck. So I'm not a fan of letting dust settle when they talk about going into war. I'm not. I say get loud and get loud early and express why early or why not early. That's what I say. But he does that. And in the process of running that play, hindsight is always 2020. He couldn't say certain things because this was, and maybe he stumbled across it. I don't know. At the end of the day, this 1000% starts to look like it was a great strategy. Sorry. Short-term tactics, they didn't leak. The bombs dropped. They didn't create no civilian casualties. They didn't do too much damage. Or maybe they did. That story will come out later, the full truth of that. I'm just honest enough to say, in hindsight, this looks good, but I'm not mad that I said something early about absolutely not, because we voted for you on no new wars. And if this starts to look like you sending us in the direction of no new wars, we got to say something loud. Chat, tell me if I'm tripping. Let me know. Again, guys, givesendgo.com/solutionary. We need everybody's support. If you can't give at the $100 level, we trying to get, it's 517 of y'all in here right now. 29 of y'all could donate at the $100 level, get access to the Solutionary 9, lifetime membership, all of the shooting classes and drills. We do your meal plans for you, for your macros. We come up with your macros. We give you workout routines, right? You in the Solutionary private Telegram group, networking, thousands of people across the country, okay? You get access to the firearms basics class. Come right to your joint. You watch the videos at your leisure. Civics, understanding imminent threat, all of that by being a member. And you get it this way from donating, from paying it forward for others so we can knock off this debt we got to get our Solutionary Center to own it. I know 29 of y'all can push $100 towards paying it forward for others to learn, and you get the lifetime membership. It's that link right there, givesendgo.com/solutionary. I'm going to keep saying until we're going to go for maybe 15 more minutes, maybe. But I want y'all to do that. I want 29 of y'all to step up. We can do this. Don't talk that we got to strengthen our communities, we got to whatever, and we doing the work, and we asking for everybody's help, and y'all don't pitch in. 29 people can do that out of 500. All right? And if you can't give it the $100 level, give whatever you can, okay? You ain't got to wait until the show is over to do that. You don't have to wait. You can do it right now. I'm not telling y'all to. I'm just saying you can. Because I don't want, sometimes we be forgetting this shit, the phone ring, all that other type of shit. But anyway, going back to the story, though. We are not supposed to be quiet. And we're not supposed to, because, again, I voted for Trump this go around. I'm not one of them people that was like, oh, yeah, waiting for him to fuck up because I voted for Kamala Harris. I'm not on that. And I know most of y'all in this chat did not vote for Kamala Harris either. I know you didn't. And since you didn't, you're supposed to be vocal. He works for you. The leftists put out this, what do they call them? Protests all around the country, right? No kings. We believe in that. We don't live in a fucking monarchy. And if that elected official via electoral college and or popular vote, doesn't matter, if he's doing something that's in opposition that could get more boots on the ground soldiers, a new war, or this, that, and the third, if they doing something that's stupid, we supposed to say something early and fucking loud. And I threw him 1,000% under the bus. Quan just said something that makes sense. Quan said, in the case of Diddy, in Diddy's case, let the dust settle. And I agree with that. Let's read what Superweapon said. Superweapon says, can't co-sign a political theater war games. It's about time we recognize Bibi and his party are the problem here. But the MEGA and forever Trumpers will just not accept calling Bibi and Israel out. I think there's some truth to that. And I want to say that, and I don't want anybody to feel like that's an anti-Semitic statement. I usually say the Israeli government. I don't say Israel or the Jews or whatever, right? I think that's a fair assessment. I think it's fair to say, in this layout that we just laid out, I think it's fair to say Israel bombed Iran. Y'all did it. Just because y'all tell us y'all gonna do it and we say, okay, that doesn't mean we are obligated to go now jump in. And if it starts to look like we jumping in, there's nothing wrong with people that voted for no more conflict in the Middle East. It's okay for those people to say, no, I'm disagreeing. That does not make us anti-MAGA. Point Blank over in Raleigh. What's up, bro? Hey, Point Blank, I just followed you on TikTok, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Let me know if I'm wrong there. It's not MAGA of us to say, absolutely not. It's not un-MAGA of us to say, we are going to be critical of things that if we knew all of the information, then we wouldn't have been critical. But if we don't know all the information, and for national security reasons, sometimes we don't. And what I mean by that is, if we're about to go run a strike, I can't get on the TV and be like, hey guys, it's on Thursday at 2 o'clock, we're going to strike it. Okay? So if we don't have all of that information, we do get to say, oh, what the fuck is going on? Again, for me, it was also tied into this motherfucker's calling for a primary of Thomas Massey. Now, if I'm giving him this 8D chess thing, maybe he did that to get everybody riled up so he could do that over there. But that's a whole bunch of hypotheticals and us just giving more. I don't know that answer. I know that he did try to primary Massey 2 times. And Massey's opponent, at best, got 25% of the vote, and Massey got 75%. Axis says Zionism is the issue. You can criticize Zionists without being anti-Semitic. Not all Jews support Zionism and God's chosen people, BS. That's a fair assessment. I think that we should all package these things, and we're going to wrap up here shortly, guys. GiveSingo.com/solutionary. We need everybody to support. Jason, I'm thinking that's you that just gave it the $100 level. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's you, bro. Thank you. Appreciate you. I think ain't you already the solutionary now? Either way, you're going to get the email to join or whatever, right? Jason is in the stream. Jason, comment so I can put you up on the screen. Jason is in the screen. I ain't going to show y'all because his email's on here. Okay, JB and the rest of his last name. Okay, at Yahoo. Just donated $100 towards the work. Guys, listen. I need 28 more people to do just that. Jay is about to get an email saying, "Hey, this is the Solutionary 9. Here's your access. Here's blah 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 blah." It's 535 of us watching. The link. I'm gonna put the link back up on the screen here. Don't get mad at me, y'all, when I got to go handle shit again. Literally, if you didn't tap in, if you didn't notice, we had an actual flood and destroy our whole second floor. We had to get that fixed at the Solutionary Center. Okay? This happens. I want that to be totally done and handled because we own the building. That's what I want to do. This is what you guys are supporting. You're supporting our work. Actual work, not just me getting on here sharing y'all my perspective. Again, we get the solutions for sure. Because that's what we're going to wrap up with in a minute. Solutions about this thing with the Diddy situation and the Trump situation. Okay? We're going to get the solutions to how we protect ourselves from these things. So we talk about our perspective and we time in the solutions, but we still got to do the work. And right now, the primary focus is buying the Solutionary Center. Our next benchmark, we are now $2,800 away from that. We need 28 people to donate at the $100 level to that link right there. Okay? Now, again, you get access to this because this conversation about Trump, this conversation about understanding imminent threat, that's Civics. Diddy is the understanding imminent threat because I think Diddy, from 30 years of just doing whatever he wants, I don't think Diddy or even some of those people that are claiming that they were harassed and sexually abused, they didn't handle themselves very, very well. And based on the testimony, the vast majority of them was down with it. Jason said that is him. I want to tell y'all, Jason just did that. Jason, you're going to get an email getting you into the membership of the Solutionary 9. That's lifetime. Oh, we got welding classes coming as a curriculum. Gardening coming as a curriculum. All of the new classes, you will have a lifetime, or anybody that's a member will have a lifetime accessibility to all of the upcoming classes as well. Anyway. When that Diddy situation happened that way, we teach women about understanding imminent threat. Okay? You will have access to all of these things. We tie these things into solutions and we need everybody's support. Everybody. 28 more folks out of the 545 that's in here. 28 people, givesingo.com/solutionary, get access. We cannot complain about the system if we aren't studying in civics. You get access to a civics class. We cannot complain about the Second Amendment, if we're not strengthening the Second Amendment by getting more people in urban demographics, the anti-gun strongholds. If that's our work at BGM, help that work. Okay? We can't complain that, oh, there's never no centers for the kids to come learn something. We have a community center. We're trying to buy it. Let's not complain about the system, complain about Trump, complain about Biden, Harris, whoever, and not help the people doing the work. And so this is why we have to be very, very critical, and we have to be very, very vocal, solutionaries. We have to be. And if anybody disagrees, let's finish the last couple of minutes of the chat. Let's chop it up. Let's talk about these things. Here's a solution. I'm waiting for y'all. I'll respond to you guys' question and everything as I go over solutions. Number one, let's talk about Trump, then we'll go back to Diddy. Okay? We have to be civically engaged. That's it. On a local, state, and federal level. When you're more involved in civics and you know the process, because the national civics situation is mirrored by the state and local way. Maybe with a few changes here and there, depending on your municipality, right? But when you're aware of that, you're more confident and you're more prone to be involved because you're informed. When you're not informed about it, you take a serious black pill and you don't get fucking involved. And the politicians know that. AOC just said some shit about Trump's unconstitutional nature of sending those strikes. AOC is probably ignorant about the War Powers Resolution from 1973 that Congress literally gave the president a loophole to send small strikes if he lets Congress know within 48 hours, and those strikes have to be done within 60 days. She either does not know about that because she's ignorant, or she's aware of it and she knows her constituents are ignorant. How are your constituents ignorant? Because the constituents don't fucking study civics. Okay? Came back with that better Wi-Fi. Yeah, y'all see it? Y'all see the better Wi-Fi? We in here chopping it up, right? Okay? So if you want to be more involved and informed on a civic level, you have to fucking take a civics class. This is why we made a civics class. Every donor today at the $100 level at givesendgo.com/solutionary, you are going to get access to the civics class. And I want to be clear. These classes ain't no longer like you got to be there on Monday for me to teach you live, Wednesday, Friday. No, they're video modules that you walk through and take at your own pace. So if you want to start it in the morning when you're having your coffee, you go to work, you come back, you hit pause, you go to work, you come back, you pick up where you left off. We are doing our part to make sure that all of these classes are available to you. They are inexpensive, okay? Inexpensive and accessible. So when you are a donor, you get access at the $100 level, you're going to get that class. Why am I saying this? There would not have been so many people that were so yelling at us for saying, what the fuck are you doing going to war? We're not with it. There would not be so many people upset if they understood that the will of the people, public servants and politicians, their voices are gone, or their voices take a back seat to what their constituents want them to do. But if the general public is ignorant to civics, when we start saying that's not what we want you to do, when you get them influencers, the Laura Loomers, that it's going, you guys aren't really MAGA. Now, I don't think Laura Loomer's ignorant. I think Laura Loomer is just on some dick riding shit and got paid by Influenceable or whoever to, hey, anybody that goes against anything that Donald Trump says, you're going to call them fake. You're going to say they paid by Qatar. So I don't think she's stupid. I think she's a goofball, right? But they're going to try to make you seem like you're not MAGA. They can pull that over more because even their following doesn't understand civics. They don't understand the responsibility of the people to speak out and remind our elected officials. Trump is an elected official, a politician. Miss me with the bullshit. He's not a politician. Yes, he is. If you're the president, you're a politician. I ran for city council. If I would have won, I would have been a politician. I was a candidate. Then I got my ass whipped, and I was not a candidate anymore. If I would have won, I would have been a politician. End of discussion. Them cliche shits don't work. But anyway, that politician, that public servant, we elected you because you didn't put us in any wars. Our job is to remind you of that and hold your feet to the fire while you're there. The solution to that part with Trump and politics in general is you have to be aware of civics. You got to be. That's why we put it in the class. That's one. Two, I want to ask this question to everybody, and I want everybody to respond. Be honest with me in the chat. Be very honest with me. Okay? One, how many of you have taken a civics class? Not even hours. Now, I ain't talking about when you was in high school. Okay? Give me your yes or no in the comment section. And everybody smash the like button. If you're watching on X, repost it. If you're watching on Facebook, hit the like button. How many people in the chat have taken a civics class outside of school? I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. How many people in the chat have taken a civics class? Ours or another? Tell me, I want to hear from y'all. This ain't Hollywood. Kymer Shadow says, high school and a solutionary class only. Kymer, I want you to tell me I want you to be brutally honest, bro. Kymer took the solutionary class. Okay? Brutally honest. What did you think about the civics class for the solutionary class? Brutally honest. Pastor Energy says nope. Nathan says yes. Quan says no, I have not. Shelly says I took yours. Shelly, brutally honest. Put in the comment section. Tell me what you thought. Kymer says it's a good start. It's 1,000% a good start. Y'all understand that the base, over half of Americans don't know the three major branches of government. If you don't believe me, grok it. Over half of Americans cannot name the three major branches of government. Our classes at Solutionary right now, we are targeting beginners to get them involved. If I got a solid, fundamental, basic understanding, my confidence damn near goes through the roof. Same thing with BGM and firearms. Our basic firearms class that you get when you're a donor, right? Okay, boom. Kaya Mashat, that's a good one. Said it would be better if the videos had visuals to it. Ooh. Now, quick question, Kymer. Did you get your curriculum? Because the curriculum comes as a download. But I like what you're saying. The videos are me explaining it with the visuals of the actual PDF. But now you just gave me something to add to it. I love that. As solutionaries, we take the information and get better. So now I'm going to recut it and put videos to it. That's what I'm going to do next. Okay? Maybe for the 102 class. Okay? Shelly says, it provided good information and even better conversation. Solutionaries, I'm telling y'all. Sheldon says, YouTube is my civics class. Hey, if you get it, you get it. I just want everybody to be getting it. Okay? We need 28 more people. It's 575 folks in here. Y'all make me feel so good on my first show back. I love that we ain't cracked 1,000. Maybe we did once or twice. I give a shit about y'all. I love engaging y'all. I was fucked up that I couldn't do shows because we was trying to fix this roof and dealing with that and this and that and the third, right? 576 of y'all, I know that 28 folks can donate at the $100 level. I know it. I know it. I know that 28 of y'all care enough about our work. I know you do. I know you care about paying it forward and benefiting from paying it forward. The people that's donating, they're not donating because they want to get shit. Most people are donating because they're trying to pay it forward for somebody else. I'm just telling y'all that the paying it forward, I want the people that donate $99 or more, the people that give more, I want to give you something too. If you can't, it's tight out here. If you can't donate $99 right now, I get it. Donate whatever you can. Guys, some of y'all could just donate to $2,800. One of y'all could just be like, here, fuck it. I get it. I get it. I'm not saying everybody has to do that. Some of y'all could only give $28. I'm asking everybody to give what you can. Think about this, y'all. If the 580 people that's in here, right? Give $10. What's the math on that? That's like $5,800, right? What is it? $580? What's the math, y'all? I'm a high school dropout. If 580 people gave $10, that's $5,800. Everybody in here, hit the link, givesingo.com/solutionary, and give $10. Come on, guys. We are $2,800 away from our next benchmark. That link is right there. Shania just said, Shania donated. Shania was actually the person, I made a video for Shania giving a shout out too. Shania, if I'm not mistaken, made a video saying, hey, I was doing it. I was looking at the content for 2 years or a year or so. And I was like, let me stop bullshitting. Shania donated, if I'm not mistaken, if it's the same person, donated money, got access to the classes, and made a shout out video. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Call me out, Shania. She says she's currently taking a civics class. Tell me what you think about it. My point, guys, is if we all do a little bit, we can get a lot done. And I'm telling y'all, we need everybody's help. I want to continue to make sure we're doing the streams. Right now I'm in a space where I'm trying to structure everything that this is going to be a whole studio. That's coming next, right? But I want to make sure that we're doing this right for y'all, and I want to stay consistent with y'all. I'm going to stay consistent. But I got to make sure that we are all still focusing on the primary work. So if you can give it the $100 level, please give singo.com/solutionary. I'm going to put it on the screen again. We need 28 more people to donate at the $100 level. If you can't give $100, I'm asking every single person that's watching this, 580 of y'all, give $10 at the link below. If there's any questions, we're going to wrap it up. I talked about what's the solutions for the Trump shit? It's civics. The solutions for the Diddy shit. Please understand imminent threat, y'all. Please do. Please know how to recognize maybe I'm in a scenario where I shouldn't be taking fucking drugs unless I'm 1,000% on point and willing to do these things. What's up, Ike? We got people out here slipping roofies into people's drinks. I want y'all, especially the women, I'm not dissing the men, but especially the women, I want y'all to take the Understanding Imminent Threat course. That is a solution to that problem. Now, if you just aren't down with the freak offs, go ahead and freak off. Get your freak on. Get your freak on. Get your, you know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping. Okay? But if it's you out here just in condition white, if you don't know what condition white means, you definitely need to take the Understanding Imminent Threat course. That's the solution to that. The solution to men that are just out here totally being led by lust. Because that's what I think it was. I think Diddy was on drugs. I think Diddy was out here on a power trip, a 30-year power trip. Okay? Quan, take the class. I don't care if you're a felon, Quan, take the class. I don't care. We inform everybody. Second Amendment is my license. Anyway, if you're a man that's being led out here by your lust, you definitely need to be in a solutionary 9. You definitely need a regiment. Bobby said he back in here. Bobby's in the solutionary 9. It's 9 daily activities. We got one of the most supportive, positive private groups of people from all around the country. It's people that Bobby was in there, right? And somebody was like, yo, I'm going to be in Baltimore around such and such. And Bobby like, yo, if I'm free, I'm going to link with you. We have to build a network. And if you got a network of people that's pushing you towards your best self, a lot of times you ain't going to be motherfucking caught up in the lust. If you got 9 daily activities, you got to drive practice. You got to count your macros and eat your meals. You got to work out. You got to spend time with family. Okay? You got to read. Here go my book for the month. This for June and July. Here's our group book. The Law of Success. That's my group reading for the month. And here's my individual reading for the month. Mike Rashid got a new book out. Divine Quintessence by Mike Rashid, the homie. You got to read 18 pages. You got to meditate or pray, and or both. You got to spend time with family. You got to eat your meals. You got to work out. You got to drink a half a gallon of water. It's 9 daily activities that you got to do. And if you got to do them fucking daily activities, you ain't got time to be led so much by lust. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. And if you're looking for something, because this Diddy shit is real, this is what happens when men are chasing pleasure more than purpose. This is what happens. Okay? That's what happens. The fucking Diddy prosecution and all of that type of shit start to happen. What I'm telling you is we are here to help you. We have to work together. This thing, me getting on here, because somebody gonna call it a grift. If I sell stuff, it's a grift. If I fundraise, it's a grift. If I help, it's a grift. Whatever. I'm telling y'all, I be in a lot of different rooms. And if you are new to my channels, you might not know it. I'll be in a lot of different rooms. Okay? And I'm telling y'all, I'll be in lefty rooms that they don't know who I am. Okay? I'm in them rooms and they are collectively working together to smash our individual rights. I'm telling you, listen to what Jason just said. Lust has me where I'm at. We got to change it. Jason is one of the donors today at $100. Jason is going to get that and he going to be, Jason, as soon as you get the email, right? I'm going to personally send you the email right after this. Okay? I'm going to send it to you. You immediately join a Telegram group and say, yo, it's me. Watch how many people, yo, Jay, what's up? Da, 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 blah, 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 blah. Watch, right? Then I'm going to send you your macros. I'm going to tell y'all how it go. You get in a Telegram group, I'm going to send you a message saying, yo, what's your height, what's your weight, what's your fitness goals? I've been trying to get down to 185 because I was getting too brolic, right? Because I want to move faster and work on my mobility. I'm going to ask you, what's your height, your weight? Do you got any injuries? What's your fitness goals? I'm going to come up with your macros. I'm going to come up with your meal plan. I'm going to come up with your workout routine. That's just for the workout routine. Then you're going to have access to all of the classes. The curriculums, when you log in, you got your own login. The curriculums for each class, when you take, they're going to come right to your email. You're going to take the classes at your leisure. You're going to participate in them 9 daily activities. You're going to be so focused. In the beginning, it's going to feel like you can't fucking do it because it's 9 extra things. And this does not mean you get to tap out on the other shit you got to do, like life shit. Don't mean that. First, you're going to think, how the fuck am I going to do these 9 things? Then you're going to start waking up earlier. Then you're going to start, if I'm lying, somebody in the Solutionary 9 that's in here, tell me right now. Tell me if what I'm saying is truth or a lie. You're going to be like, what the fuck? Then you're going to start notice, damn, I got 5 of the things done before noon. I'm telling y'all. Bobby just said this. Had to dip out the live to do one of the Solutionary 9, which was spend time with family. Bobby, Jason, let's get you that support, bro. It's not bullshit. I'm telling you. I'm not going to say names. They've been public with it. When you join in the group, you're going to see it. We've helped people that are now 3 months, 90 days pornography free. It's not me making it up. I'm not going to say his name right now. He did express it publicly in the private group. So when you guys are in the group, you'll see who I'm talking about. Okay? But fucking bearded Cyclops lost 100 pounds in the Solutionary 9. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Men, this, more specifically, not a diss to the sisters, but I got to speak more to the brothers right now because we're talking about this Diddy shit. Diddy was being led by his pleasure, not his purpose. He's tarnished his damn near sterling-like image. I mean, of legacy building shit, right? Because of his lust. We have to get it in check. And that's the solution to that. 606 folks in the chat. Everybody hit the like button. If nobody's got any more questions, we're going to wrap up. I appreciate y'all, man. I've been missing these chats. We here tomorrow, same time. I want everybody to tap in. I want everybody to do me a few huge favors. Obviously, first, donate. I want everybody in here, 600 people. If 600 people donate $10, we can do the math. That's $6,000. If you are watching this on X, My pinned post. My pinned post at the top. Hit that link. That tells you about our work, and it's a video in there. I want everybody to donate $10. 600 of you. Let's see how close we can get to $6,000. 600 of you. If you get value from these conversations, if you get value let's say you disagree with me on this conversation. Cool. You don't disagree with me on our work with guns. You don't. You're probably here because of that work with guns. Okay? You can disagree with me on Trump and me holding his feet to the fire and me being critical and throwing da-da-da-da, all of that, right? You can be critical of me on that. We can disagree. But you cannot disagree with the fact that we got to defend the Second Amendment. We need community centers. We need to reach out to these young people. We need to help men and women with lust and the energy that is porn. We need to get more people on the purpose. We need to make America great again. We need to, based on the people. So I'm going to ask everybody as we wrap up tonight. 2 things. Donate. If you can donate $100, you get access to the lifetime membership. Great. If you can't do 100, listen to what Jason just said. This is the structure I need to get back, bro. Got my son a lot this summer and trying to get him more structure. I'm telling you, if I'm lying, I'm flying. If I'm lying, I'm flying. And I guarantee you, the solutionaries in this chat, they ain't yes men. They will be like, that motherfucker Maj on some bullshit. They would say it. My point, though, guys, is if you can donate at the $100 level and get lifetime access, please do so. We need $2,800. But if everybody says, all right, cool, I'm going to just give 10. 600 people, now 601, donating $10 gets us $6,000 towards our work, towards buying the building, keeping the in-person classes free to all, and we need everybody's help. The left, they work together, man. They work together to fuck with your individual rights. They work as a collective to destroy your individual rights collectively. We got to work in together. Anyway, guys, givesingo.com/solutionary. Thank you all for tapping in. Repost and share this all over the place. Before you all leave, smash the like button, regardless of what platform you're watching it on. As I save this live and the recording, please repost it. Like my man Andy and those guys and DJ say, don't be a hoe. Share the show. We appreciate you all. I see you all tomorrow. Same time, same channel. My name is Maj Toure. Be safe. Be solution.